Hi, you're most welcome in this lesson. So today we're going to speak of the atomic models of the atoms. We have three models that explain about the subatomic particles, the arrangement of subatomic particles in an atom. The first model is called Thomson model, or plum pudding model, or watermelon model. The second model is called Rutherford model of atom. This model is also called planetal model. And the third model is Chadwick model, which is also called simplified model. Let us start with the first model, which is Thomson model of atom. This model was first put forward by J.J. Thomson. So, simply, this Thomson model is like Thomson suggested that an atom is just the sphere of positive charge, which is evenly distributed throughout the atoms. This positive charge is surrounded with negatively charged particle called electron. So here you can find the word electron come into use through this Thomson model. And during this Thomson model is where now you can find the electrons were discovered. According to Thomson, the structure of atom is like this. But this structure was criticized by a scientist called Ernest Rutherford. He measured the atom and sees the mass of the atom is concentrated at dense central part of the atom. He said if Thomson model was correct, then the mass of the atom should be uniformly distributed throughout the atom. And this was all about the Thomson model. Now let us see the second model. So the second model is Rutherford model of atoms. This model was put forward by a scientist, Ernest Rutherford. So Rutherford suggested that the positive charge and most of the mass of the atom is concentrated at extremely small portion at center of the atom, which is called the nucleus. So he called this part as nucleus, and he said the positive charge inside the nucleus, these positive charged particles inside the nucleus are called proton. So you can find in this model is where now the proton was discovered. Also, he added some of the information concerning the structure of the atom. He said, also electrons, the negatively charged electrons move at a very high speed along the nucleus. This is just the pathway where you can find the electrons are moving. It is called the orbit. So this is just the structure of the atom according to Rutherford model. So he summarized his finding in what's so-called summary of Rutherford finding. So this summary consists of 5 points, whereby the first one says protons are located inside the nucleus. Second, the volume of the nucleus is relatively smaller than that of the whole atom. Also, he said, most of the mass of an atom is concentrated at a dense central part of the atoms, which is called the nucleus. That is just the third point. Fourth point is that he said electron revolves or moves around the nucleus in a circular path called orbit. And lastly, he said the mass of the electron is relatively smaller compared to the mass of the proton. Those are 5 assumptions provided by this Rutherford model. Now let us finalize with the last model, which is Chadwick model of atom. This Chadwick model is also called simplified model. Chadwick measured the atoms and used to realize that inside the nucleus there are particles other than the proton. These particles have no charges, which is the neutron. The overall structure of the atoms, you have to understand the atoms have the nuclear, and inside the nuclear we have the proton, and also we have the neutron. This nuclear is surrounded by the orbits that allows the electrons to move. In this model, you can find all the subatomic particles of an atom, which is proton, neutron, and electron. And this marks the end of this period. You're most welcome. Until next time. Bye-bye.